Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Strategic Command, World War II, World at War. It is December of 1941. The Russian front for the Germans is going slowly, probably too slowly. We've surrounded and advanced past Smolensk, but we haven't been able to take Smolensk, which is problematic to say the least. Meanwhile, the snow is falling, the mud is here. It has sort of firmed up in certain places, while other places it remains somewhat snowy and inaccessible for our aircraft. We don't have enough headquarter units, so some of our air units are suffering some issues there. We've created two pockets around this town here. We've got an additional pocket on the coast over here. Long story short, though, the war is going, although not probably as well as we would like. In the Pacific, the Japanese have started to break through Chinese resistance, taking the town of Yichang, taking the town of Changsha, advancing on the city of Xi'an, and advancing on Chongqing finally, with the coast a little bit clear toward the Wu Gorge, where the Chinese are dug in very strong defensive positions. On the Philippines, we have just declared war on the United States, so we have landed 3 units in the Philippines. We also have taken Tarawa, and we've taken Wake Island as well. We've destroyed the Pacific Fleet at Pearl Harbor over here. We destroyed 3 battleships and 1 heavy cruiser, and we've damaged, to an uncertain degree, an American fighter unit. Additionally, we know for a fact there's 1 American aircraft carrier up here to the northwest, and I won't lie, it's a little bit tempting to see if we can try go for it, but we'll see how things look. That being said, our December 19th turn is more or less over, and we need to see how to progress. The one sort of real stumbling block is the island of Guam we couldn't take because the Americans had so many aircraft crammed into this island, we had no way to attack it. So we've got 2 battleships steaming back this way. Hopefully they can bombard these fighters and destroy them and make room for our amphibious landing craft. Meanwhile, we've got landing craft headed into the Dutch East Indies with the goal of taking, I think it's, well, Peleliu is already ours. So maybe with either landing on the southern tip of the Philippines or perhaps Brunei as well. But that's the situation right now. I think one thing I am going to do here actually is, as Germany, I'm going to go ahead and purchase... Can we afford another tank unit? We could use another tank unit. It's 275, 350. Either that or we could... I don't know. I just know I need more stuff. What about mechanized? Well, we don't have any more mechanized that we can build. So I guess we'll go with a tank, advanced tanks with some mobility and anti-air. So go ahead and purchase that. It's going to take a while till that's produced. It's going to be May of 42 before that comes online. We've got another tank coming up in December of 41, though. So that's the situation right now. North Africa is kind of a stalemate. It has been for like a year. So away we go, I think, with that, right? Yeah, I guess for research, maybe we can have the Italians do something here. Let's have them spend 175 in advanced tanks. Maybe they can get slightly better tanks. All right, let's go ahead and move on and see what the Allies do on their turn. Chinese morale suffers with the loss of Hong Kong. That's good. British people welcome the U.S. entrance into the war, so that'll help their morale. U.S. morale suffers from the loss of Wake Island. Italy fears the U.S. entrance into the war. The German people fear the U.S. entrance into the war. The Soviet people welcome the U.S. Okay, so people are welcoming or whatever the American advance into the war. Meanwhile, Hong Kong has fallen. There is a potential of an amphibious invasion from the Western Allies along the northern coast of France. It is therefore recommended that we strengthen our defenses by constructing static coastal batteries near Brest, Le Havre, and Calais. These batteries could provide crucial in repelling the invasion as they're armed with formidable naval guns that will automatically attempt to engage enemy amphibious units that attempt to land. Their construction will cost 150 MPPs at 50 MPP a turn for 3 turns. Would you like to authorize the construction? Yes. We're building the Atlantic Wall. The British battleship Royal Sovereign is deploying in the Pacific. Meanwhile, the Graf Zeppelin, the German aircraft carrier, is deploying in the Baltic. And the survivors from the Changsha reform their units in Sian. Survivors from Changsha reform their units in Chongqing. Okay. Brunei is joining the Allies. Burma is joining the Allies. A lot of diplomatic events occurring this turn. Solomon's preparing for war. Solomon's joining the Allies. Panama's joining the Allies. All right. U.S. industries mobilizing for war. Malta's hindering our supplies in the Mediterranean. We're hindering the Allied supplies in Crete. The Allied governments signed the United Nations Declaration calling for the complete victory over the Axis. Okay. We've developed tanks level 2. Nice. Advanced fighter development is progressing. Anti-aircraft level 1. And I'm assuming the Allies are going to do something now that they have a whole bunch more troops. This is really going to put the game to a test, I think, because the European element of the game was already sort of straightforward and already here, but the Pacific element is so scattered and all over the place. I wonder how long, how scripted is the American response to the war? How do they respond, essentially? I guess I'm kind of curious about that. Why does it always seem like the... why are they moving forward and then back? That was weird. Why? It certainly feels like there's never any snow or rain during the AI turns, but there's always snow and mud during my turns, which is a little bit frustrating. Okay. If you don't recall, by the way, the Finns joined the Axis last turn. Oh, those look like big advanced tanks. At least they were railed in, so they can't attack this turn. We really need to reduce these pockets so we can form a coherent defensive. Alright. The Royal Navy has 3 aircraft carriers that are pummeling Brest. Fortunately, I think we have 2 anti-aircraft guns in place there. American subs. Battleships bombarding Cherbourg. I wonder how well an aircraft carrier will do at convoy raiding. Interceptors! That's right, we destroyed the only British fighter unit in the Middle East. Oh, we destroyed them! Yeah! We just knocked out another British air unit in the Middle East. Okay. Soviets are starting to counterattack. I really need to figure out a way to crack through the British line at El Alamein. Oh, I was right. They were going to cut that German corps off. I'd always rather a slightly damaged enemy unit attack and take casualties. That's always a plus to me. Alright, so the Soviets are starting to move into position here. The bulge that we had sort of pointed at Moscow is being driven back just a little bit. We really need to consolidate these enemy positions. And the British have advanced an infantry unit across the desert south of the Katara Depression without any hope of supply. Meanwhile, these cut-off troops are attacking rather than trying to reinforce with what limited supply they have, so that's good. Okay. Russian rockets, for whatever reason, the sound effect didn't fire for them. These turns are getting really long with all these Allied units in play now. I could probably speed it up. I'm assuming there's a setting where I can turn down how long we wait to see each event. Okay. Maybe I should send my carrier into the Baltic to deal with the enemy surface forces there. American destroyers are coming out to play against us. Trying to clear the sea lanes. Oh, God. They have so many. Just what we need. Another enemy to face. I don't think I can sail my aircraft carrier through the channel. Coastal Command on Iceland. The Allies are sending supplies to China via the Burma Road. General Stilwell is going to China. Yeah, Chinese morale was boosted by the arrival of Joseph Stilwell. Yeah, for what, like 2 minutes? And then they're going to be pissed off that he's a jackass. Germany's constructing the Atlantic Wall. Yeah! Look at those bad boys. Soviet partisans are hurting our supply lines. Fuck. They're showing up in the rear of our lines. Ugh. The Soviet winter... Oh, God. I can't see what's happening, but it sounds bad. I hear a ton of explosions. Good God. Do all of our units take damage? Oh, my God! What the fuck? I just heard like 100 explosions. What's left of our army? We couldn't even see. 221 tactical bombers destroyed. We did some damage. We also did some damage to the USSR supply lines. With both the United States and India now engaged in war against us, we must expand our targets to include the U.S. East Coast, Caribbean, as well as possibly the Indian subcontinent. Okay. Our intelligence reports that generals in Argentina are planning a pro-Axis coup. If we were to provide them with some financial support, they'd be far more likely to succeed. There's no additional notes. Sure. Pro-Axis coup in Argentina! Heavy tanks now available for production. In Italy, too. Alright. I guess we'll put them here just because they can get to the front more quickly. Again, it's mud and not snow. I can't really tell how badly our troops lost. It doesn't look like any units were destroyed by the winter. Well, we do have these partisans in the rear. Okay, can we actually destroy these guys this time? No, we're not going to, are we? Nope. Alright, these guys are cut off. For fuck's sake, how long can they stay behind our lines? Like, yeah, okay, they've got supply for a city, but let's be real here, folks. They're not gonna... just be invincible. Of course, we'll get them one away from being destroyed. Lovely. Alright, let's see if we can... Can we link up here? Can we force march these people in? No? Man, it would really be great to be able to get around these guys. We're gonna have to reinforce this armor unit. Alright. So, these guys actually look like they can bomb the enemy now. Their entrenchment level's 2. We're not gonna destroy these guys this turn, I don't think. We'll try and go for Smolensk. They've got fighter escorts, but so do we. Okay. More fighters! It's the Battle of Britain over Russia! Alright, let's... More fucking fighter escorts. The Russian Air Force is huge! At least the winter's done striking. Wow. I'm pretty impressed that our Air Force is... Wow! We took Smolensk! Or did we? No, we didn't. No! No one can move in. Fuck. Well, we destroyed the unit in Smolensk. We didn't take the city. Presumably one of these non-destroyed units is going to move forward there. Shit. They should really retreat out of Gormel. These guys need reinforcements. Alright, so we reinforced the armor a little bit to my chagrin. Our Air Force did what they needed to do. We're going to try and reduce this fort here. Alright, there we go. So, we took that town. Can we attack these guys? Oh, that was a nice little attack there by the Romanian soldiers. This armored unit really needs reinforcements, so we'll reinforce these guys. Are these heavy tanks? Shock heavy tanks. Just what we want to be facing in Russia. Alright, this is reinforcement turn, really. Post-Russian winter striking. Alright, so these guys have one entrenchment level. Actually, I should. Well, that kind of sucks. Let's see, are there any partisan units that we need to garrison against? No. Reinforce them. Move these guys forward. Alright, this mech unit needs to reinforce. It can't reinforce too much, but we'll do what it can. Same for these infantry units. Alright, so we didn't officially take Smolensk, because we didn't actually take it. But we did get close. Alright, let's see if we can move these guys north. Maybe it won't be snowing here next turn. Maybe. Reinforce these guys to full strength. Can we upgrade these guys? Nice, we can. I think we'll focus on... The upgrades that I'm going to focus on first and foremost are going to be on firepower. So really on the infantry weapons is I think where it makes the most sense to spend. Okay. These guys are going to get counter... Oh, shit! I didn't mean to do that. These guys are totally going to get counterattacked. And probably the two of these units will probably get destroyed next turn. We'll see. Alright, all those air units moved. Interesting. So I can advance into the Caucasus from Kerch. I mean, the enemy could simply just advance here and cut my supply, but it is... I don't even know what the supply looks like. Probably not very good. No, it isn't. But I can threaten the oil fields in down here if the Soviets have pulled most of their troops out. So I may actually inspire them to not be too aggressive there. We'll see. But that's the Russian front, I think. That pretty much concludes that. Sure is tempting to sail my sub up here and go for the aircraft carrier. What about these guys? They can make it down there too? Uh-oh. Enemy contact! Wait. 1st Canadian Army on transports. We need to destroy these guys at sea. I don't really want to send those guys out that way. They're going to die. Alright, let's do this. Another aircraft carrier. For fuck's sake. Now I can't move. Well... Do we have anybody else in range? Nobody else in range. Ah! Can't see what's happening! Can these guys get over there? They can. Nice. Alright, let's try this. Alright, so we've got one battleship out here that'll probably get destroyed by the enemy carriers. Meanwhile, we've got a shit ton of subs off the coast of Britain. This army will probably reach Britain, but severely depleted at the very least. Surprised their morale is still so high. They can only reach out 1 hex. Damn. They can't reach from over here, can they? Alright. Well, that's the situation in the Atlantic. Meanwhile, I want to bomb these guys. These guys have no supply, right? Try and destroy more British troops to the south, or try and break through near the north? Okay. See, we've got, like, no ability to... We need strategic bombers down here is what we need. Alright. Do some damage. Yeah! Got him! Alright, there you go. Indian unit destroyed there. Meanwhile, those interceptors are destroyed. Let's see if we can bomb these guys. No. Shit. Alright, pull them back. God damn it. We can't ever break through. God, we nearly did it, but we still can't manage it. Ugh. Alright. Okay, so they moved. This armor unit will be coming up next turn. Meanwhile, we spent almost all our money on reinforcements, so that's fine, I guess. Army here to the south. Nice. Almost overwhelmed the Chinese near Kuchao. All right. All right, so we're advancing on the southern tip. On both Xi'an and Chongqing. Let's try and bomb these guys. Anti-aircraft fire, brilliant. All right, and then we're going to fly these air units a little bit further into the... Shit, doesn't look like they can reach. A little bit closer to the interior. I wonder how many times anti-aircraft fire can shoot at you in a turn. Okay. We're not in range. Shattered. We got him, boys. Advance. We'll force march these guys forward. I don't know what the supply situation is, though. Need to operate these guys closer to the front. No, they can't. Maybe move them to Suzhou. Yeah, we really need that mobility. Do we have an upgrade? Wow. Do we have an upgrade for that yet? I don't think I've invested in the mobility upgrade. I haven't. But our infantry weapons are upgradable. Level 2. So that'll be useful. Alright, so we are threatening Xi'an from the south, and we're slowly inching toward Chongqing. Reinforce these guys. Okay. Reinforce those fighters. Alright, meanwhile, in the Philippines. Alright, so we've cut the American headquarter unit in Corregidor off. Very good. And driving on the British in Malaya. Alright. Too bad Thailand didn't have any actual troops to give us. So our battleships really can't do jack squat against aircraft unit, apparently. Or just a little bit. Not very effective. Let's see. Special forces suffer landing casualties. That's fine. We took that port. That's good. Let's move for Rabaul. Apparently we can't take that yet. Neighbor Island is British, so we'll head there. American submarines. So supply does appear to drop a little bit as we advance in toward the coast. I do want to move toward the U.S. West Coast and see if we can't find an American carrier. Maybe sink it. That's probably ill-advised. Shit. All right. Damn it! Stop diving from attack. I'm probably risking my fleet unnecessarily. But I am going to try and take key enemy cities or towns or whatever. Alright, I really need to figure out how the hell I'm supposed to, like, get at these guys. Operate. Can we move them over here? And we can try and dogfight them. Alright, so we're about to take Rabaul, secondary supply city. We just took Menadao. We need to move around here to take these other cities. We're going to put these guys on landing craft and move them behind the British forces at Kota Peru. There's no way we're going to meet the historical fall of Singapore date. That's just not going to happen. We'll do long-range transport for these guys. And that's going to about do it for us money-wise this turn. So I think we're about ready to end the January turn. We'll be moving to February here in just a moment. But kind of a mixed bag. I'm probably getting overly aggressive in the Pacific, sending my fleet to search for enemy carriers. In the Atlantic, well, we're trying to destroy British carriers at sea. We've done bad damage to one. Another is moderately damaged. We also nearly annihilated, and maybe I should have focused those subs on the carriers. We did moderate damage against or heavy damage against a Canadian army that was on its way over to England. And, yeah, that's the situation right now. On the Russian front, things are tricky. We spent most of this turn upgrading some of our armored units and destroying the enemy unit in Smolensk, but failing to take Smolensk, which would have been a big national morale hit for them, I think. But yeah, our air units got into the into action here effectively. They were valuable this turn, and hopefully we'll be able to use them again next turn. What are these guys dug into? We may need to strategic bomb them. We also would like to reduce these two units next turn, and then we could really form up against the enemy advance. But it is what it is. That's where we're at right now, guys. I hope you're enjoying this series, and as always, until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.